Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Gibson. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Once more, Gibson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete to Dotson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Listen.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. A give up the middle to Gibson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Prescott. This complete to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. 10th carry now for Elliott. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. Will be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown, and field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
This one left side caught by Gibson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Straight ahead, Gibson. Ooh, with a juke. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. On play action, it's Wentz. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, they got out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Wentz going to look to throw. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
The Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 45 yards on the ground for him so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
And some room to work. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive 7 plays in length. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Gibson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field, it's Washington. trailing here as we begin quarter number 4.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
A handoff for Gibson.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Wentz to throw.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Neville Gallimore busting through to get him for a loss of 6. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From midfield, here's Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Washington on 3rd down.
5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and the deficit will hold at 15. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Go.
Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. 6 yards left on 2nd down.
Working from the gun, Wentz. he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wentz.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wentz. That's Samuel, caught left side. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Wentz.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand the field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On 1st down, Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibson. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone.
Sly able to put this one through.
But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect.
Lost them in a significant way. Yeah.
great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now Wentz.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
And out now come the Cowboys. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And Washington now